Message coming in. Patching it through.
Nice timing there, Iceman. Thank you for the host. Hello, fellow Star Voyagers. Welcome back to another adventure. We're going back. Metal Gear. When did we play Metal Gear last? We made a run through a few of these. Anyways, this is a setup we had for Silent Hill in October. Forgotten all about it. Pretty pleased that it was waiting for us. How you like my new TV? Yeah? Alright, Metal Gear Solid it is. We're playing this on PS3. It's a PS1 game. We've played it before. We had have two options, but I think I've made a decision already. Tamalak, depending on how you did the new schedule site, I used an existing site called Timely, time.ly. I think that's it. You could look into whipping something up that shows the local time for viewers. I'm interested. I'm curious because it doesn't do everything. The one I found doesn't do everything. Thank you for the host, Quidias. David, what's up? Yo. Good to see you again. Metal Gear, get your attention. So, I was thinking about trying Extreme. We're going to keep it on hard. The main reason we're going to keep it on hard is because you can't change difficulties for NG+. Saved. Earl, we've got Bandana, and I don't want to miss out on unlimited ammo. I want to have some fun with that. I've never played through the Bandana. And we have two saves. Hello. We have two saves that we could pick from. I don't know that it matters which one we use. Yes, it does matter. One's from our original playthrough on normal difficulty, and one's from our second playthrough on hard. So we're going to use the hard playthrough. We can't jack it up to extreme if we want to do New Game Plus. We'd have to start a new one from scratch. I do, but car's having more issues. I may have to take a call. Stream tomorrow may start late because I have to take it back in. Now, dealing with stuff. Fond memories of that loading sound. So my head's all over the place today. I'm going to try and focus, but it's going to take some work to pull away from all the shit that I'm trying to put away. Try and keep it here. I meant to pull up a list of Easter eggs so that rather than trying to find the ones that I know exist but not sure where exactly how to trigger them, I was just going to bring up a list. Please contribute. We can play around with whatever. We're gonna watch the intro. We're gonna go through the briefing. We're gonna take our time. I get to sit back and watch with you for a while.
Weapons
for once.
Disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by Next Generation Special Forces, being led by members of Foxhound. They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss. And they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon. You'll have two mission objectives. First, you're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and the president of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike, and stop them if they do.
What's the insertion method?
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim. High-Tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mantis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter. And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound's squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake?
The man with the same codename as you. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes. This is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
Did not shoot her, I did not. Oh, hi, Snake.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Boss! You're the boss! That's what's up. Oh, look, the alerts are over there. Cool. I didn't know they were over there. Boss, thank you so much. You rock, sir. Cheers to you. Briefings. We'll be in the briefings for a little while. So, speaking of... Not a problem. There is a briefing when you start a new game. New Game Plus, does it skip a lot of that briefing? It skips something. And either way, there's more here, right? So we're buttons backwards. PS3 controller, although I can force it to use the analog, it's basically a D-pad game. Moving around with the D-pad, thumbs will get sore. Novice like me. This game set the standard for cinematics in games, with its voice acting, with the direction of the cutscenes. Wacky as it may be.
Snake.
I should have known you were behind this, Colonel.
That's no way to greet an old war buddy, Snake.
What do you want from me?
I just invited you here so we could have a talk.
Invited? That's what you call sending armed soldiers after me?
Sorry if they were a little rough with you. But we've got a serious situation here. Only you can get us out of it.
I'm retired from Foxhound. You're not my commander anymore, and I don't have to take orders from you or anyone else.
You will take these orders. I know it.
Excuse me.
Who's this?
Dr. Naomi Hunter. She's chief of Foxhound's medical staff, and an expert in gene therapy.
Are you military?
No, civilian. I've been sent here from ATGC. Pleasure to meet you, Snake. Don't worry, this injection won't hurt a bit.
What's the shot for?
What's wrong?
It won't hurt now.
You don't like shots?
It'll hurt later.
Snake, listen up. It all went down 5 hours ago. Heavily armed soldiers occupied Shadow Moses Island, a remote island off the coast of Alaska.
What soldiers?
Next Generation Special Forces, led by members of Unit Foxhound. They've presented Washington with a single demand, and they say that if it isn't met, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
A nuclear weapon?
I'm afraid so. You see, the island is the site of a secret nuclear weapons disposal facility.
Foxhound hijacking a nuclear weapon?
Now you understand how serious the situation is. You'll have two mission objectives. First, you're to rescue the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, and the president of ArmsTech, Kenneth Baker. They're both being held as hostages.
Those are some heavy-duty hostages.
Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to launch a nuclear strike, and stop them if they do. Any questions, Snake?
Questions? I haven't even said whether I'd accept this mission.
Well, you can make up your mind after you hear more about the situation.
All right. Oh, did you think the briefing was over? No, that was the pre-briefing. So, at the mission description, we just heard tapes. There's tapes before they were cool, or before they were tapes. Operation outline, infiltration method, operation members. Some of these, as we go into them, I think they branch out further, and there's a few more things on the list than it looks like. Hostages, nukes, armaments, demands, special forces, Foxhound. So, grab a drink. And I gotta remember not to exit. X is not go forward. Circle. Forward. I'm gonna forget that at least once.
Tell me about the nuclear weapon disposal facility.
The disposal facility includes a hardened underground base. Even with our most advanced intelligence gathering equipment, we can't tell what's happening inside.
So someone needs to penetrate, gather intelligence, and report back. Sounds like a spy movie. What's the insertion method?
Well, an air insertion is impossible.
Not with this storm going on.
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
Approach?
Yes, within a few miles of it. The facility is equipped with sonar detection capabilities. They'd be able to hear our engine or propeller noise.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV.
Launch?
Same as a torpedo, only this has no propulsion device of its own. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim.
You want me to swim in sub-zero Alaskan water?
Don't worry. That suit represents the latest advances in polythermal technology. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes. This is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
See there, it's branching. Infiltration method. What's that about a time limit?
What's the time limit?
24 hours. They say they'll launch after 24 hours.
Do they say what the target will be?
So far, they haven't mentioned the target.
When did the countdown start?
5 hours ago.
Speaking of hours, our last playthrough was, I believe, about 20 hours on hard. It was a lot less on normal. Bandana, unlimited ammo. That should help. I don't know how much it's going to change things. Schedule says we'll be playing this for 2 days and then starting MGS2. Obviously, we won't skip the end of this. If it takes us 3 or even 4 streams to get through this, we will, and then we'll start MGS2. So the schedule will adjust. Tomorrow, because of the car stuff, I may start the stream late. Anyways, building inspectors coming by, then I can take the car in, see what happens. Tuck! Tuck, please.
Colonel, who are you speaking
We
for?
ordered the tuck.
Naturally, I'm representing the U.S. government.
So who's in supervisory control of this operation?
The President of the United States.
Which means that the President must be meeting with his top aides in the map room about now, huh?
No, at this point they're still video conferencing with each other.
If that's a real nuclear warhead, shouldn't they issue a COG?
Not yet. The Secretary of Defense has operational control and is fully aware of the situation. After you infiltrate, if you determine they possess nuclear launch capabilities, a COG will be issued.
Well, if they haven't relocated to the nuclear shelter under Mount Washington, I suppose there isn't that much reason to worry yet. Is the National Security Agency in on this?
Yes. So is the DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency.
The DIA? I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this.
They'll be sending us some support.
We don't need desk jockeys. We need a nuclear weapons specialist.
Of course. A nuclear weapons specialist has already been assigned to us.
Tell me about the support crew. I imagine they are. I don't know what titles to call out for you to search for. Do some digging, or remind me later. I'd be happy to do some digging. You watch some stuff. Most of what I've seen when OHN has played or linked it, but a lot of research was done. Everything from military research, tech research, to say nothing of the engine work to be able to do this on the PlayStation hardware, and then what went into the character work, stories themselves.
We need backup from a specialist. I'm just an amateur when it comes to nuclear weapons.
I know. That's why I've requested the assistance of a military analyst named Nastasha Romanenko. She'll be providing you backup by Kodak.
A female analyst?
She's built up an impressive record as an advisor for the Nuclear Emergency Search Team.
Was in Pripyat.
Contact her if you have any questions. She's also an expert on high-tech weapons.
Where's she working from?
At her home in Los Angeles.
California. Seems like 1,000,000 miles away.
Calling any of these people, the sooner we call Natasha, we'll be able to get more out of her. If we call her more times, we got a lot of stuff you can dig out. I don't know that, not like a cutoff point, but the sooner we get in touch, the better, I think. We won't even be in game for 10
Colonel,
minutes
you're
or more.
retired. Why are you involved in this?
Because there aren't many people who know Foxhound as well as I do.
Is that really the only reason?
I've been soldiering for a long time. I don't know anything else. I guess even though I'm getting a little old, I still love to be in the field.
Colonel, you're a lousy liar. Tell me the real reason.
Okay, Snake. Sorry. I'll be frank. A person very dear to me is being held hostage.
Who is it?
My niece, Meryl.
Oh. I feel like he should have gone on more. Okay, he will. Meryl!
What was your niece doing here?
Several soldiers were reported missing the day of the revolt. And my niece was one of those called in as an emergency replacement.
She looks like you.
She's my little brother's girl. He died in the Gulf War. And since then, I've been watching after her.
A personal motive, Colonel. That's not very soldierly.
I'm retired. I'm just an old man now. And I'm your friend.
Since when are we friends?
I've thought of us as friends since the fall of Zanzibar.
Cheers, Hazcat.
With my personality, I don't have too many friends.
That's what I trust about you. It's what makes you human. Please, Please, Snake. Save my niece, Meryl.
All right. But I have 2 conditions.
Name them.
1, no more secrets between us. I want complete disclosure at all times.
MC Payne,
2,
hello.
I'll only accept orders directly from you, Colonel. No cutoffs involved, okay?
Agreed. That's why I was called. But one thing,
What?
I'm not a colonel anymore. Just a retired old warhorse.
I understand, Colonel.
Or more. Ah, Naomi.
That doctor, is she part of this operation too?
She was in charge of Foxhound's gene therapy. She knows more about those men than anyone else.
You mean you've seen them naked?
Make no mistake, I'm not a nurse. I'm a scientist.
By the way, what was that injection for?
It's a combination of nanomachines and an anti-freezing peptide so that your blood and other bodily fluids don't freeze, even at subarctic temperatures.
Nanomachines?
Not just one kind, either. There are different types which will replenish the supply of adrenaline, nutrition, and sugar in your bloodstream.
Now I don't have to worry about food.
I also put some nootropics in there.
Say what?
Nootropics. A class of drugs which will help improve your mental functioning.
It'll make me smarter, huh? Anything else?
Yes. Benzedrine. It's a type of stimulant. It'll keep you alert and responsive for 12 straight hours.
That was quite a cocktail. Anything else in there?
Those nanomachines will also keep your Codex batteries charged up.
I guess I can call you when I'm ready to go on a diet.
You're welcome.
Hi, rah, rah.
The chief of DARPA,
Gallbladder
the president of
was
an arms
just today?
manufacturing company.
I thought you were
What business
referring
did
to
they
something
have at a
old.
nuclear weapons disposal facility?
No, people
the
had a
truth
map
is that
before.
secret exercises were being conducted at the time
Cheers
the
to not
terrorist
having
group
one of
attacked.
those.
Must be extremely
Yes, you
important
didn't need it.
exercises if those two were directly
I
involved.
mean an hour ago.
Were they testing some kind of new advanced weapon?
I'm not privy to that information.
Do we know exactly where they're being held?
The DARPA chief has also been injected with a mini transmitter. As you get closer, you should be able to pick up his location on your radar.
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuclear missile?
They say they do. They even gave us the serial number of the warhead they plan to use.
Was the number confirmed?
I'm afraid so. At the very least, they've got their hands on a real nuclear warhead.
Isn't there some kind of safety device to prevent this type of terrorism?
Yes. Every missile and warhead in our arsenal is equipped with a PAL, which uses a discrete detonation code.
PAL.
Permissive Action Link. The safety control system built into all nuclear weapons systems. But even so, we can't rest easy.
Why not?
Because the DARPA chief knows the detonation code.
But even if they have a nuclear warhead, it must have been removed from its missile. All the missiles on these disposal sites are supposed to be dismantled. It's not that easy to get your hands on an ICBM.
That used to be true. But since the end of the Cold War, you can get anything if you have enough money and the right connections.
Ain't that a fucking shame?
How well armed are these terrorists? I know there was an exercise going on at the time they revolted.
They're heavily armed, I'm afraid.
What about their battle experience?
The 6 members of Foxhound in charge are all hardened veterans. They're tough enough to eat nails and ask for seconds.
I wouldn't expect anything less from Foxhound.
The others are next-generation special forces. They're not your average grunts either.
And what exactly are they demanding?
A person's remains.
Remains?
That's right. To be more accurate, cell specimens which contain the individual's genomic information.
Cell specimens? Why would they want that?
The terrorists need them. You see, these next-generation special forces have been strengthened through gene therapy.
Strengthened?
You've heard of the Human Genome Project. They've been mapping the human genome, and they're nearly finished. Following up on this research, the military has been working towards identifying those genes which are responsible for making effective soldiers.
There are genes that do that?
Yes. And using gene therapy, they're able to transplant those genes into regular soldiers.
Gene therapy?
I'll explain this part. With gene therapy, we can remove those genes which we know may lead to sickness or disease, and at the same time splice in genes with beneficial effects, such as resistance to cancer, for example.
In other words, we can overcome all sorts of genetic diseases, and at the same time add genetic characteristics as desired.
Okay. And so if you knew what genes were responsible for making the perfect soldier, you could implant them in the same way, right?
Yes, we could.
But it all depends on being able to isolate and identify those soldier genes.
And in order to do that, it's helpful if you can study the genomic information of one of the greatest soldiers ever.
One of the greatest soldiers ever?
The man they call the greatest warrior of the 20th century.
You don't mean Big Boss.
That's right. We've been working feverishly to identify the genes responsible for his incredible combat skill. So far, we've discovered about 60 of the so-called soldier genes.
So his body was recovered after all.
Yes, and his cells have remained frozen in a cryo chamber. His genomic information is a priceless treasure to mankind.
Priceless to the military, perhaps.
His body was burned severely, but it was possible to restore his DNA profile from just a single strand of his hair.
You people are amazing. And then you're gonna transplant those genes into soldiers?
Yes. We'll use a process that I discovered called gene targeting. The strongest soldiers don't become what they are by acquiring their skills through training or experience. We now know that hereditary factors are far more crucial for creating superior soldiers.
Snake, we can't give them his body. It's potentially more dangerous than all the nuclear warheads on that island put together.
I hear the terrorists are calling themselves the Sons of Big Boss.
The Sons of Big Boss?
Big balls. Hi, Speed Demon.
Tell me about these next-generation special forces.
They started out as an anti-terrorist special ops unit, made up of former members of biochem units, technical escort units, and the nuclear emergency surge team. Their purpose was to respond to threats involving next-generation weapons of mass destruction, including NBC weapons.
Until they were added, that is.
Who's they?
These guys didn't start out as regular army.
Looks like a pretty international group. Mercenaries?
Yeah, and it gets worse. Most of them were from a merc agency that I think you're familiar with. They were part of Big Boss's private guard. And after Big Boss went down, the military just bought out all their contracts.
Outer heaven.
After that, they were merged with our own VR unit, Force 21, and retrained. If you ask me, these so-called next-generation special forces should be called simulated soldiers. They have no real battle experience.
Video game players, huh?
Don't forget they've all been strengthened with gene therapy. They carry
Video
genes
game
which make them
players, huh?
excellent soldiers. Don't get careless just because they don't have much experience.
I thought using genetically modified soldiers was prohibited by international law.
Yes, but those are just declarations, not actual treaties.
The interesting thing is that nearly every member of the unit conspired in this attack.
And for you, disapproval. We'll get in there one of these days. We still have to load
How
our
could
save.
An entire unit be
start the
subverted to
game.
rebellion?
They're calling it a revolution.
Since they all went through the same gene therapy, they probably felt closer than brothers. They see the unit as their only family.
The sons of Big Boss. But if they were regular army, they must have been interviewed periodically by army counselors.
According to their files, they all got straight A's on their psychological tests. They all seemed like fine, upstanding, patriotic soldiers.
But they all took part in the uprising?
No, several people didn't show up on the day of the exercise. That's why there was a resupply of troops.
Was there any sign recently that something might be wrong?
There was a report a month ago that they were acting strangely.
Apparently they consulted classified information about the soldier genes and performed their own gene therapy experiments.
They can do that even without you?
Well, our gene therapy process is almost completely automated. And besides that, they're all geniuses with IQs over 180.
Even the existence of this genome army is a national secret of the highest order. We've been hoping to investigate this thing quietly and deal with it behind closed doors.
I'm going to. I haven't yet, no. Still
High-tech special forces
rental.
unit Foxhound.
hasn't shown
Your
up anywhere else
former
yet.
unit,
I might rent it.
one that I was a commander of. An elite group combining firepower and expertise. They're every bit as good as when I was commanding them.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mantis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter.
Looks like a lovely bunch of folks. Too bad we'll be meeting under these circumstances.
And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound's squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake?
Yes. And you're the only person who can stand against him.
Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake. The man with the same codename as you.
Tell me what you know.
He fought in the Gulf War as a teenager, the youngest person in the SAS. His job was to track down and destroy mobile Scud missile launching platforms. You were there too, I believe. Didn't you infiltrate Western Iraq with a platoon of Green Berets?
I was just a kid myself back then.
The details are classified, but it seems that originally he penetrated the Middle East as a sleeper for the SIS.
He was a spy for the British Secret Intelligence Service?
But he never once showed his face in Century House. He was taken prisoner in Iraq, and after that there was no trace of him for several years. After you retired, he was rescued and became a member of Foxhound.
I thought that by the time I left, they were no longer using code names.
I don't know his real name. That information is so highly classified that even I can't look at it. Here's a photo of him. Pretty shocking, huh? His skin tone is different, but otherwise you two are exact duplicates.
I have a twin?
I don't know the details, but it seems so. That's why we really need you for this mission.
You're the only one who can beat him. Now that I've met you, I know. You've got something that he doesn't. I can see it in your eyes.
Why don't I find that thought more comforting?
Shouldn't, Snake. You shouldn't. We ready to begin? Are you ready for the next cutscene? Oh wait, there's more.
What are you going to do?
Don't worry, just gonna clean myself up a little.
Huh?
I don't want to be mistaken for the leader of the terrorists.
Some more tapes, I beg of you. Oh. Ah! Accidental emote text. Awesome. That was... Fiddle me the strength. Fiddle me the strength.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
How did that get in there? I'm... Keyboard's making me a little crazy. Hey, Simpika. Thank you for the host. Fiddle me some tapes. No, 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 no. Stop. Art. Load. It's doing it again. There's something about, is triggering that emote. How the hell is that happening? Showed up again. I was trying to say hi, Simpika, and OHN Fiddle popped in. How is that possible? Greetings. Hope you're well today. So, just clicking back through this. This would have been the end of our first playthrough. You can see we spent about 13 hours. Hello, Sea Star. Happy almost day. Hey, and Starship, right back at ya. That's our playthrough on hard. Closer to 20 hours. We spent 20 hours doing that. We're going to load Doc. That'll be our NG+, and we'll have the unlimited ammo bandana Reno. Welcome. Finally, we can begin. We started late, but still, that's about 45 minutes of talking in tapes before we get to the cutscene that starts the game. Women in. It did skip some stuff because it's an NG+. Right? There's a fair bit of conversation we don't hear. We didn't hear. Comes to this point.
Stay alert. He'll be through here. I know it. I'm going to swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
Although I loaded it up briefly yesterday, I need to relearn all the controls. X to crouch, you move, you crawl. Triangle, first person. Stuff. Metal Gear Solid controls.
This is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
Just as I expected. You'll have to take the elevator to the surface, but make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
So it begins! Alright, which is which? Select item, toggle item. There's our bandana. Words limitless. Own into it. We don't have any guns or anything. That would be too easy. But we have unlimited ammo for a gun we will eventually get. We got cigarettes. Oh, hi. Rushing down there. I love Metal Gear games, and I am not a Metal Gear Solid expert, not by any stretch.
Snake, you have to crawl to get through there. First, crouch down by pressing the crawl button, and then use the directional button to crawl in the direction you want.
Be careful, though. Crawling is slow and you can't attack when you're doing it either.
You can stand up by pressing the crawl button again.
Because you could crawl while lying down. When it came time, you couldn't. They had to make a big deal out of it. The trainer who eventually says, you cannot move while lying down. Certain things will take us into first-person mode. A while to think about how the environment is rendered and complex, and to be able to do that on the hardware, they went with the top-down view. But selectively, you could go into first person and check it out. Limited, you couldn't run around in first person mode. So what else do we want to do? Who else do we have? We only have Campbell. Who can we just manually punch in numbers for and call before we're given their numbers? So we can call people. Isn't there something else in the water? Am I thinking of MGS2? Is there something else we want to get to in the water? I should have checked more buttons. Oh, okay. We died pretty quick on hard.
Snake! What happened? Snake! Snake!
Where the guards are. People have this stuff down. They know where everything is and where they need to be. Not I. What does the bandana do? Unlimited ammo. Ration is down here. See in the description here, words limitless sewn into it. Digs, rations. If rations are equipped when we die, you'll use the ration automatically to avoid dying manually. We don't have a gun laying around. Scope. Very cool. Dark Moonface, hello. How you doing? Came in. Oh. We shouldn't have those rations out. There's no reason to be using them now. Yeah, I don't want to talk. We're going to ignore them this time. Just got to learn a little more. So we're up against, I don't really want to get anyone's attention, but I need to figure out what buttons are what. Knocking on things. Circle. Knock on things with circle. Crouch with X. Is that grab? Grab. It's different than punch. Separate? Grab and punch are separate? Grab. Punch, 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 kick.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Steven! Yeah, man. As thank you for your sub. You're having a good time out there, General. Good to know you're out there. Working today. Thank you, sir. Here's to you. There you are. It says, hey, Jay in chat. Hey, back. Things on the ground. Puddles. Make noise. Surface you're walking on matters. Snake! You know, there's at least 2 guards here. I think it's just 2. I should have been on the other side of the room, waiting for this elevator. I need to get on that elevator. I'm gonna get spotted, but that's okay. Can we go behind him? Can I? Okay, I can throw him, but not so good. Let me throw him as I was dying. We gotta move more quickly, and if we wait in the right spot, when they come out of the elevator, they'll move on and we can get on the elevator and go up. S7, thank you. Thank you for the tip, man. Gotta get moving. I never hit enter in Discord. Damn. It's the stream. We're gonna be late for the elevator again. Trying to see if there's a message. Almost 3 years now, through good or bad. Glad to have a Twitch father like you. Cheers, man. Anon guy, hello. I think we're gonna be late for the elevator again. Okay, who cares? This guy up here, loop around the boxes. Can we follow him on his path? He's not gonna double back, right? Goes that way. We want to go that way. He keeps going, keep going, keep going. Timing. I need to be on the other side of the elevator now, and I'm not. Like over here. Somewhere over here. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't see me. I mean, the elevator's clear now. Woohoo! Hey, Yui. Great game. Not sure you could play it again, though. You're a sucker for decent graphics. I hear you. But these are kick-ass graphics. If you can put yourself in the right frame of mind, these are still impressive. Just try and imagine a processor with single-digit megahertz and a few megs of RAM. This is amazing. If I'm missing anyone getting in here, hello to everyone. We can finally begin. Metal Gear Solid, Anon, Yui, Entropic. Greetings, brother. Nice timing. It only took me 4 tries to get out of the starting room. Ah, there you go. All right, bring out all your tips and Easter eggs and suggestions and just throw everything on the table if you want to. It's open season.
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
That took a long time. I guess you're feeling a little rusty.
Don't worry. It's been a while, but it's all coming back to me.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy. I'm grateful. If it weren't for your suit and your shot, I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
Behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
I have no idea, but it looks like our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed.
Behind D. Oh, we got a date. All right. So, some things. We might have another codec call.
There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, he must be crazy
If
to
we
fly
go
high
by
in
the
this kind of
book.
weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you to yet. This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system. Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so cute.
You're just flattering me.
No, I'm serious. Well, I know I won't be bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on. I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake. But I'm surprised. You're very frank for a trained killer.
Looks like we both have a
Luke,
lot to
I
learn
think
about
it
each
did.
other.
Yeah.
It felt like
I'm looking
it.
forward to learning about the man behind the legend.
We'll be monitoring your movements by radar, so contact us by codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake, we're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice. I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status. My frequency is 140.96. It's a dedicated frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I remember. First, I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away.
Guess I know
Imagine
where to hold
yourself
the
in that
binoculars.
position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
I'll hold you to that, Doctor. By the way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
You never know.
Hey. Oh, he's going. That's right.
If you want to get in, there's the front door.
Hands
It's
off.
the fastest way, but there's too much risk of being spotted by the enemy.
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in.
Where are we going, in the vent?
There's one sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
Well, not me.
What about the air duct near the door? There should also be a duct on the second floor.
I can't see it from here.
Dark Moon, are you fishing for a
I'll
hug?
let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
All right, now it's us. So the SOCOM's out here, right? Can we optionally pick it up? Hey, there you go, Dark Moon face. SOCOM in the truck past the helipad. That's what I was thinking. We want to pick up the SOCOM now. So we got to get past the helipad. Helipad's a bit of a hot mess. At least it will be for me. Doesn't matter if we make a save here, right? Because we'll continue from this point anyways. Let's call her, make a save, and then we want to troll her. That emote, if you're looking at the emotes in chat, the one Entropic used with Mei Ling sticking her tongue out, we have to troll her quite a bit to get her to do that. Do that. First, let's make an actual save.
What's up, Snake?
All right, save that doc in case we ever wanted to restart the NG Plus. I don't know. Don't mind me. Free 8 blocks. Maybe we can make a new one. Overwrite some old ones.
Snake, listen to what Lo Ji said. He who knows that enough is enough will always have enough. Just because you see an item doesn't mean that you always have to get it. If you don't really need it, think twice before you stick your neck out. It might not be worth it.
Symphony of the Night. I have it. We actually have to quit, or can we just call her again? We're going to call her and not save, and call her and not save. About 6 times. You get a little irritated.
What's up, Snake? Talk to you later, Snake.
I'm not sure I did. I'm not sure I did. I don't think I did. Or depending on what it is, I don't know if I spaced it or not.
What is it, Snake?
Good Eyes always heard it's one of the best Castlevanias.
Be careful, Snake. What's up, Snake? Come on, Snake. Don't call me for no reason.
We would never. Sure, I mean, I'll go looking for it. ... Oh, she kind of made a face there. Didn't even get an option to save. Okay, there it is. More. There it is. The things that Kojima hid in this game. And his crazy peoples. Ah, didn't make it on the shuttle in time. Okay, movie. So we want to get to the SOCOM. Anything else out here we want to... Watch that. Trying to get over this way. Broke his neck. Don't mind the guy who died. That guy walked right by. Yeah, 180 IQ. Isn't this the first surveillance camera? Surveillance camera.
A surveillance camera?
Well, don't just stand there. You gotta let me get under it. And Tappin' T. How you doing? It's for the best. So the camera doesn't go like this. It kind of goes like this. It doesn't have this. It doesn't have wide pan. So it's kind of a short pan. Oh, I need to crouch down. And don't I need to crouch down to get around there? You were a little early on your "you're pretty good." Just joined and you've been seen. Good start. Oh, there will be a great deal. Right, on purpose. On purpose. Sneak against the wall. Yeah, we need to press up.
What do we
Press
have
up against
here?
it and sneak
You
against the
must
wall.
Be a new arrival.
Dark Moon Face. Thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Yeah, we need to press up against the wall, and we can press up. All right, we can't do it like that though. Okay. On your feet, soldier. That far, let's get on deck. For it. Follow it, follow it, follow it. Go, get out of there. Okay. Getting spotted this time. Spotted us anyways. Oh, the light got us and it was probably the guy who paths over there. You know all the tricks. It's all cool. Bringing them on. I've seen all the tricks, but I don't retain them all. I've seen them many times, but I don't know them. Some of them will be extremely familiar, and I'll feel really stupid for not remembering them.
A surveillance camera?
So we can push up against this too. But how do I corner safely? When it's like that. I corner when it's like that and push up against it. Because if I try to move out now, it's obviously, that didn't work. If I step out and push up, now we're good. Okay. You can shoot. There's a wait for it to pan back. Stun grenades! I don't really get what you mean. What do you mean? The guard over there, I think he's smoking or sleeping, or maybe he's patrolling. That's the truck with the SOCOM, isn't it? Gotta get inside that truck. I know the alerts. I know the exclamation mark. Yes, very well. I don't know what you mean by shoot that. I know what the alert looks like, sounds like. You know, my history with Metal Gear Solid really doesn't go back that far, and is almost entirely on Twitch. I never played them when they were coming out, except for Phantom Pain. But the Outer Heaven Network used to go by another name, where I fell in love with Metal Gear, watched a tremendous amount, countless hours, marathons, Easter eggs. There, do you see his feet? See his feet up there? Oh, you heard a rumor to me that if you shoot it as soon as it comes out, it stuns the person. Yeah, it's that. I'm not familiar with that. Get a look at this guy from here without him seeing us. He's just standing there. I think he's sleeping. I don't think he's smoking. I think, are those Z's? Is he sleeping? If we want to go in the vent, we want to get to the right side up the stairs and crawl along. Is that right? To get to the vent? Oh, not that. Want to do here. As soon as this one goes, I gotta go. Oh, fucked up. Now what's in the middle? Is that What's in the middle of the helipad? Do you think I can get it? A hind D? A hind D? Can't be. I'll go back if we want to try and get it. I just don't remember what's there. Grenades? Is it some sort of grenades? Chaff. Hey, Death King. Try? I'm gonna get us so busted doing this, though. Let's go back and not get us busted. Where can I stand to pull this off? Here. Woo! Here. Yeah. Okay. Something over there between the crates. And I think it's those stairs we want to get to. Were you going to ask about the difficulty, maybe, or... I'm just guessing if you're going to ask about my first time playing an NG Plus with the unlimited ammo bandana. I thought it would be fun. What are you playing this on? Platform. On PS3. That in there too. Alright, that guy. Let's watch that guy for a second. He's sneezing in the cold. Yes. Close. Out there. He turns. He walks this way. Stops. He turns. He is... Damn. I think if we leave our own footprints, he'll investigate them. Does that mean we can follow his footprints to avoid some of that? For him to pass by. I wish I could turn the camera and look. Not that kind of game. I'd have to stop hugging up against the wall. Probably coming soon. Soon. It's coming soon. Here he comes. Hear him? He's nearby. Only hold 2 rations, I guess, on this difficulty. See that security camera? Oh shit, there's a guard up here. No. Do with the guard up there. Grab him, choke him out. I didn't equip the rations, kind of on purpose, but I should have because could have killed him and grabbed the other one, used the ration, killed him, grabbed the other one. Good for me. It's all opportunities to learn to play better.
Patching it through.
I get to repeat some of that. I'll take it. Beady Gray. Thank you for the host, sir. The snake counter. We do have room on the screen. We could have a snake counter. Hurt though. Solid sneak, man. Part of it. Mr. Tuna Bomb, it has been a while. Welcome back.
A surveillance camera?
Yeah, PD, great, me too. Even though I had watched it done, by the time I played this the first time, I'd watched it done a dozen times or more. It didn't make it easy. It's still very difficult. And some of that's the control scheme, and that I never played it back when it was new. Get the SOCOM again. I should be sleeping. The RDR2 news has injured you, probably you and a lot of people. Delayed till October, late October. But as long as we get a better game because of the delay, is it not worth it? Oh, it's a back and fair. Well, we're learning. Yay, learning. What does it take to grab them as they're getting up? What's the timing? He's getting up. Grab, 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 grab. Come on. Grab, 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 grab. One pixel over. We'll grab a ration on the other side, right? Want to get the chaff. One pixel over. Cross. Oh, bad, 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 bad. Ah, I have no idea actually. BD Gray, do you know if God of War will be a separate story? You play it without playing the others? Anyone know? I haven't played the others. I played a few minutes of one of them. I think I got the God of War 1 and 2 bundle. 3? I didn't play much. Too much frenetic button mashing for me. Here, if we can spot. He turns, he's gonna see.
Huh?
These hurt the footprint. Whose footprints are these? Ration. Gonna keep going around. Grab him. That was square, right? Okay. Alright, it's not going so well. Okay. No! Okay. See the guy up top, see the surveillance camera. Surveillance camera, good, we go. Guy up top though. I do got him. I'm gonna go right for it and grab him. Just we're gonna mess him up. No! They're all coming. Got a domino effect. We used our rations. We're dying. We're dying here. I don't even want to live through this. This is not good. No rations. We can only hold 2 rations on the difficulty, right? So one went over the balcony. is stealth optional? Totally optional.
Snake!
Where does the fiddle keep coming from? My computer keeps fiddling me good. Where is the fiddle coming from? I am not stopping in the middle of writing totally optional to type out OHN capital F. What's with the... Where's it even coming from? Fiddle the diddle. Fiddled by my own damn computer. Lamia! Q? Q? I am the one and only. Hello, you beautiful people. Hello, Lamia. They played us like a damn fiddle. Alright. Practice, practice, practice. F's first. Oh, that didn't look. It didn't look the same. It's totally the same. It didn't look the same.
A surveillance camera?
All right, SOCOM. Search history coming back to haunt you. Oh, who's that? Who the fuck? Who saw? Oh. Well, now we got more coming. Alerts too. This is going so well. Hey, dude. Is there a way to predict where exactly you stand in a? Where to stand so it's just right. Ration on the other side. I'd like to. I'm not gonna roll it back to do it clean. I'd like to do it clean though. I mean, that's when you see the pieces, when you kind of know what you need to. Ooh, you kind of know what you need to do. You want to be able to execute it well. The last time I waited patiently for dude to show up here, and then as he started his walk back, that's when I went up. Last time I didn't. He ended up seeing my footprints. The timing was all off. Do this anyways. Further even. Push up here and wait for him to go by. Now we might have killed this guy. This might be the guy who's dead. But it's possible. We should not wait for him if he's dead. I think he might be dead. There's another guy who paths up here, or at least he did when he was searching. Guy who was probably smoking over in the other corner. Any tips on what to do with the guy at the top of the stairs? I keep screwing that up. I don't even have a good plan. Okay, he's right there. I need to grab him from behind. Not. Come on! No, 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 no! Dude, they're all coming up again. So, what's, just, do I need to do a better job of grabbing him? What do you think? I don't mind dying again here. I want to have a better run through this. You can figure out how to take Snake's shirt off besides in the briefing. I think you managed to time your crawl through the air vent. Why did I go to grab him? I could have just gotten right by him. Yeah. Yeah. That spot he was in, I shouldn't have gone up behind him because I could have just gone around, and if I was fast enough, we would have gotten to the vent, and he wouldn't have seen us at all. That's what we need to do. And I'd like to get through this before taking a break. I'd like to get through the first scene before taking a break. Who's with me? There are two different patterns. As the lights cross, they're not perfectly symmetrical. So there is a better time to go to the middle and a worse time to go to the middle. Yeah, my timing was off. That the guy who spotted us when I went for the SOCOM? That guy who's walking over there. It might have been. Maybe he comes this way. The guy over there you can't see. He's sleeping. There's the guard up top. Ah, yeah, you see him walking this way? There he is. That's the guy who saw me when I went for the SOCOM. Okay, he's walking the other way behind some boxes. I'd like us to actually retain this stuff. Next time we play, when we eventually play on Extreme, I'd like to one day, I want to not have to relearn everything. I kind of want to remember this stuff. That was close. Now, the way the saves work, we could save again now, but it wouldn't matter. It's not going to help us. There's that guy, and even though he should see us, I don't think he will from where he's at. And when he starts walking back the other way, a little more, we're going to go. Whip the ration in case shit goes down. Wait for that guy to come back. I don't really need to hug up. Wait. I want to keep an eye on the guy up top. And then there's the other guy who patrols. Still two on patrol. Since nobody's dead, there's still two on patrol. The same guy, though, right? Yes, it is. Does this guy go all the way by the SOCOM truck and back and down? Is that one guy doing that whole path? Could explain why he disappeared now. Stop and look out. So let him go a little further. Watch the camera. Okay, camera's gonna turn back. We should be able to go. What about the dude up here? We gotta be careful here. That would have been my chance. I want to run up behind him. I want him to be right above me here. And I don't know if the other guys down on the ground are going to be able to see me here, but call it a test. And I think the guy on up top, he's going to come and check the stairs before he goes to that other position. Before or after, but he's going to check the stairs. I don't see the guy down there, so him to worry about too. There he is. I see him passing by below. Same guy. He's heading over by the SOCOM truck. Here comes his buddy here. Casey checks the stairs. Seconds. Okay, oh shit, I missed it, but that's just going right now. Not gonna work, but we just get in the vent anyways. Could have done that. Good enough for government work. Literally. We're gonna stop here. Take a break here. Run, Jay, run! I don't even know if a save in here would save us in the vents. We're gonna be crawling in and out of the vents though, right? Do we wanna get the Meryl workout Easter eggs? When we're crawling through the vents, we're gonna catch a glimpse of, after the break, we're gonna catch a glimpse of Meryl in a cell. She'll be working out. And help me out on it. We have to crawl forwards or backwards? We have to go backwards all the way out? Then back in? She'll change her workout each time we go all the way out and back in. She'll be doing a different exercise. There's a little more to it than that, but...
What can I do for you, Snake?
I don't think this save would really be any different than the one outside. What do I know, though? Let's see if it calls it heliport or not. Tank hangar. No, different. See you in a few. Stay tuned. Happy birthday, Dav.